Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie. Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi. Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie. Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington. Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson. Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson. Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
In a Boston hospital, a man named Brian Colby has died. Surviving are his daughter Anne and his son Stephen. But the fact that the man who has just died is Stephen's father is not known to either Anne or Stephen.
I loved my father.
Of course you did.
I shouldn't have left him. It wouldn't have happened if I hadn't left him.
You don't know that for sure.
He hated that rest home. He hated being cooped up. But I could have made him stay.
Miss Howard. I've asked them to collect your father's belongings.
Thank you. Doctor, at the end...
Oh, believe me, Miss Howard, your father felt no pain. He was unconscious when they brought him in.
Brought him in from where?
The bus terminal. They found him with a ticket in his hand.
A ticket?
To Peyton Place.
Did he say anything?
He regained consciousness just for a moment. He said, "Is Anne coming? Is Stephen coming?" And then he was gone.
That's strange. But Mr. Colby should have mentioned me. Stephen coming. That doesn't make sense.
I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more.
Well, thank you, Doctor. I know you did all you could.
Doctor.
Anne, your father asked for me by name, my first name. I don't mean to burden you with questions, but there's got to be some meaning in this. What did you tell him about me?
I wrote that I'd hired an attorney, and his name was Stephen Cord, that's all.
But did he comment about it in any way? Did he ask any questions about me? Anne, this could be important about Chris Webber's accident. Or perhaps something he said to me at the time, or I said to him.
I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, please, Stephen, no more.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Cord. You'll take care of all the arrangements?
Of course, Doctor. Thank you.
That's what I'll have to remember. The last time I saw him, my father, we fought. It's my final memory of my father, shouting at me, telling me not to go back to Peyton Place, not to try to dig up the past.
But why, Anne? Why didn't he want you to go back there?
You know, my last words to him were, just keep out of my life. I'm going to do what I want to. How touching. Daughter's devotion. Just keep out of my life. Doctor, there's a woman on the phone. She called before about Mr. Colby.
Who is it?
Well, she refuses to say. The call is long distance.
Miss Howard, I'll need your release before I can give out any information.
Is the woman still on the line?
Yes.
I'll talk to her. Thank you. May I ask who's calling, please?
Hello? Someone there? Hello?
I'm not sure who it is, but I think I can guess. Anne, would you like to stay over in Boston tonight?
No, I won't go back.
You must be very tired.
Please, I do want to go back.
Miss Howard, excuse me. Here are your father's things.
Hello, mister.
Hello, Norman.
Hello, Allison.
Norman, hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Fine.
How's school?
Great. How's your new project?
What?
Chris Webber.
All right.
You and Rod broke up. How come? Well, you did, didn't you?
Not exactly. Well, more or less.
You don't want to talk about it? Remember, we used to be able to talk about anything. Back in the dark ages a year ago.
I'm sorry. I can't really talk to anybody anymore.
You're not trying.
We're different, Rodney and I. As people, I mean. We want different things.
For instance.
Rodney wants somebody who will enjoy the good life as much as he's going to, who can give elegant dinner parties and be sophisticated and proper.
And you?
I can't even look sophisticated.
What do you want?
Somebody to be happy with. That's all.
Oh, sure.
What would you ask me for if you don't want to listen?
Tell me something that makes sense, and I'll listen.
You've already decided what you want to hear.
All I've decided is that I don't want to hear a lot of slop about Rodney wanting rooms full of money and you wanting to be a butterfly or something. Now, what's the problem?
Walls, I guess.
Explain. Why not?
You wouldn't understand.
Remember when we swore we would always be absolutely honest with each other?
We were 14 then.
We shouldn't have renewed the contract.
Yeah, but we didn't. We can't now. Everything's so much more complicated, Norman. There's so many things.
We can't talk about.
Yeah?
When I was 14, well, it wasn't easy for me to tell you I loved you. But it was worth it. You let me kiss you, and that made my whole summer. Come on, fess up.
Rodney needs the kind of things in a girl, a woman, that I can't be, at least not yet. I guess he grew up a lot while he was going through the trial. And I grew up differently, I guess.
You don't love him?
Yes, I do. But it can't work.
You can make it work.
No, I can't.
Poor little misunderstood Allison. You enjoy feeling sorry for yourself when suddenly the fairy princes aren't enough for Rod. Well, wake up, Smudge. Rod's a man.
And I'm a woman.
Meaning what?
I'm not Smudge anymore. Any more than you're Tatty. Those are children's names for children. It's no use being mad at me, Norman. I can't be something that I'm not. I guess we've all grown up too differently to be close anymore.
All right. You're not 14 anymore. And Rod's a man. And you say you're a woman. Well, growing up doesn't have to be the end of the world, does it?
You were right when you said Rodney didn't want a fairy princess anymore. That's all right. That's not the problem, because I don't want to be a fairy princess. It's much worse than that, you see. He doesn't want Allison Mackenzie anymore. That's what hurts. Chris, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here.
It's all right. I've got all summer.
Yeah, and lots of work to catch up with, too.
What's the matter?
What do you mean?
You're upset.
No, I'm not.
A voice is a lot more honest than words. Tell me it's none of my business if you like.
Allison, there's someone waiting outside that wants to see you. This is very important. Well, excuse me, Chris. I'll be right back.
It's me who wants to talk to you.
Who's that?
You and my kid brother are getting along all right, aren't you?
Yes?
You do want to see him do well in law school, don't you?
What's this about?
Well, he'd do better if he went back to Boston. No distractions. He could concentrate.
Well, I think that's his decision to make.
He respects you.
What does that have to do with it?
Talk him into leaving town. Talk him into going back to Boston.
Why?
Well, because like I told you, for his own good.
Lee, I can't.
Yeah. But I think you will.
Chris, I was just coming in.
Let's forget the Securities and Exchange Commission for tonight. Who were you talking to?
Norman Harrington, Rodney's younger brother.
You're hopelessly inept as a liar, Allison. I'd know those footsteps anywhere. It was my brother, wasn't it?
Yes.
He wanted you to talk me into leaving, didn't he?
Yes.
Don't bother trying.